Hi, my name is Laurie, and I am a member of the R&K education team. And I'm here with you today in the Floriani Embroidery Software, Floriani Total Control. And I would like to show you a couple of fun things we've been playing with and put together a box using some Pickle Pie Designs. And this one is called Sew Me a Sign. These are adorable little signs that you can use to hang on the wall or a door. And there's lots of different ones in the collection. Each sign comes in 4 sizes: small, medium, large, and extra large. And I've stitched a couple of them out, but I just wanted to show those to you today. And so I want to show you the collection starts with Bless Our Home. There's one called Bon Appetit, My Queendom, Powder Room, Quilter at Work, Sewist at Work, Sewing Room, Sewing Studio, and Welcome. So really a fun collection of little signs, but one of my favorite parts about this sign collection from Pickle Pie Designs is that they give us a blank sign so that we could take it into the software and create our own. Or another idea is in the middle, you could use the embellished chalkboard vinyl, or you could use chalkboard fabric, and you could actually get chalk and you could write on these signs. But I want to show you today in the embroidery software how we can create some fun, different designs, different ideas using not only text, but also incorporating some of our free monthly designs in it. So the first thing I want to show you is that I have decided to use the Quilter Select matte threads. And so I'm going to change my thread chart to select the matte threads. And now my color bar down at the bottom is the matte threads. When I go to my pop-up box, you can see all 130 colors. These are absolutely stunning. They are my favorite threads to use now. I love the way that the colors really pop on the black fabric. And they are not shiny like our regular polyesters. They are a matte finish. They actually have ceramic in them, and they stitch so wonderful without any thread breakage. And I just am super excited about them. I own every spool, at least one of them, and some of them I have multiples of the same color. So I have quite a thread collection. But anyway, couple ideas I just wanted to throw out there. Those signs that they gave us were really cute, but some other ideas that we could come up with. One of the ones I want to make for you today that I'm going to actually stitch out is a sign that I want to make for a friend who is a teacher. So she has it for her classroom. So that's what I'm going to come back to this one and do. But I want to show you a couple of the other designs that I have come up with. This is a cute one. Let me have my coffee first. So this cup actually came from the free monthly designs. If you come over to your library and go to August of 2023, we had some different coffee designs that month. And so I chose this one here, and you drag it and bring it in. And when you bring them in, they always come in grouped, so you got to ungroup it. I just got rid of the text that they had up here, and I then grouped the rest of this coffee cup together so that it wouldn't come apart, and I resized it. In my properties box, I can arrow over to my transform tab, and I believe I made it 3.5 inches wide. And so that was what I needed to do to make it fit in this sign. And then I just came into my text tool and I added text. And you might be wondering how I have one line of text that's a different color when it is all one text block. So I'm going to show you that when we get to one of the next designs that I want to show you and how I ended up doing that. This one here I made for my daughter's bedroom. Could do for the door or something like that. Maybe you want to enter at your own risk. I don't know. But anyway, this is kind of a fun little design, and I actually borrowed pieces of a design from the free monthly designs for this one as well. So if I come to July of 2021, I have used this design a couple of times. It says, I love beach. And it's got lots of fun little swirls and flowers and hearts and stars and seashells and all sorts of fun stuff. But you can come in and ungroup this design, and you can pick and pull pieces out of that design to use in your design. So I've done that a couple of times with this particular one because I like some of the little flowers and leaves and swirls. And so that's how I came up with this one. And then for the text on this one, I used the font called Cupid. But I told you I would show you how I created the different lines of text there. So just in case you didn't know, in the Floriani embroidery software, when we're in text mode, we can actually come over to our text extra tab and do auto color characters and click apply. And what that actually does is makes every single letter a separate color. So if I click off of that, you can see every letter is a different color. And you can assign different colors to them. If I scroll down in my sequence view to the text and expand that, you can select each letter at a time so that you could pick exactly the colors you want. Maybe you don't want this brown. Maybe you want that to be one of the pink colors that's in the design. Let's just choose one there. Maybe we're looking to get rid of that blue because it doesn't really go with our design. And maybe we want it to be one of the green colors or one of the pink colors, or yellow. Yellow would be fine. I like the yellow as well. Anyway, you get the idea of how you could come in and you could change those colors to go with the different other colors that are in the design. But the way I made the one line different is I just selected all of the letters in that one design. So if I wanted to select all of those, oops, click on that and then shift and hold that down. Now I can choose to make all of that row one color. And then I can choose to make the rest of those letters a different color. And I'm still within the same text box. So if I wanted to change fonts, I could still do that. And they are still connected. The spacing is all together. So that is one fun thing that you can do. But let's go back to that blank sign, because what I'd like to show you is how we're going to make this one for my friend that is a teacher. So I'm going to come in to my free monthly designs again. And I know that we've got some school things happening in July of 2015. And I'm going to use this fun pencil. So I'm going to drag that over and bring it in. Remember, it all comes in grouped together, which is good. I'm going to rotate it. I don't want it quite that much of an angle, just a little bit. I just want to put it right in here. Okay, and then you'll notice this really fun pencil has great different textures, and that's wonderful. I may choose to change some of them. I actually played with it a little bit, but I'm going to choose the eraser, and oops, I got to remember, I have to ungroup. I'm going to select that eraser. I'm going to come into my pop-up palette and find a color that I think looks more like a pink eraser. Like geranium, I think is a good color. And then I may decide I want that to be more of a smooth, because an eraser to me is more of a smooth texture. So I'm just going to come in here and pick smooth and click apply. Okay. And then maybe I want this band around my pencil to be more of a metal color, gray, or where you're going to be using matte threads. So a nice gray. So I'm going to come into my pop-up palette and I'm going to choose one of these gray colors here. I think I'll go with this one. And then my other stripes here, I'm going to go with a slightly darker shade. And I'm going to stitch these on black fabric. I love the way the matte threads look on black fabric. So I'm going to actually change the black thread to more of a dark gray that's a little bit darker than these others. And I'm going to choose a pencil color that I think maybe is just a little bit darker yellow color there. So that's how I want my pencil to look. You can play with the angle of the stitches and the different stitch types. I think I ended up changing some of these to satin stitches and changing the angles, but just play with it and have fun. And then text, I'm going to bring in my normal text. I'm just going to click on my screen here. And the words my text will always pop up in the last font you used, which you can see is the Cupid. I'm just gonna make a cute little sign for this friend's classroom that's gonna say, welcome to first grade. And click apply. And I want to remember that I want to change my font. I like the font Cabbage Patch. I think that's such an adorable little font for, especially for children, I think. Cabbage Patch, click apply. And then you can play with the spacing. You might decide that you want a little bit more space between the letters, maybe some more line spacing, or you could even make the letters a little bit taller. Maybe let's go 40%. Just up to you. You just kind of play with it. But this is just another idea of one of the fun signs that we could make. I'd even go just a little bit more, maybe 50% on my line spacing. And then we're going to choose a color. And I found some really fun, bright, like a turquoisey blue color that I'm going to want to use as my back fabric here. So I'm going to change that to a fun blue color. I think I used this one here when I stitched it out. And it's just going to kind of space this just a little bit. Yeah. So one thing I want to remind you is when you are making these signs and you're using the blank sign, anything that you have added to the design all needs to be stitched before we do that very last step. I'm going to go ahead and right click and collapse all here in my sequence view. This last step of the sign is actually to secure the fabric to the back of the project after all of your text and your design has been stitched. So we always want to select that in our sequence view and move it to the last. And then it is ready to save. And I always want to remind you to save as a WAF file first before you save it to your machine format. That way, if you need to come back and edit it or change it, it's a lot easier. So I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope you try the mat threads by Quilter Select. I hope that you have fun in the software. And I really hope that you will enjoy this Pickle Pie design set called Sew Me a Sign. All right, let's go stitch this one out.